Hey man, Atlanta, you got to wake up. Like I'm telling you, you have to wake up. If you are in Atlanta right now, everything I'm about to say to you is very, very important, especially if you don't own a home. Because here's the thing, all right? Opportunity is a very, very funny thing. Now, most people think the opportunity to do something is when everybody else is doing it, but it's actually the opposite. See, the good opportunities in life, not just with housing or with investments, they always present themselves when nobody else is doing it, right? I'll give you some examples, right? So, back in 2020, right, when everybody had their mask on, people were going out and buying real estate. And if you're one of the people that likes to do things when everybody else is doing it, you're probably sitting on the sidelines like, nobody's buying real estate right now. Why would I go out there? I'm going to sit home and just chill and get all my extra money, and I'm not going to do anything. But what happened with the people who actually ended up doing it, right? That was at least $115,000 ago on the pricing, all right? Same thing with things like Bitcoin. Anytime that someone else is not doing something, that's your opportunity to at least explore it. And what my fear is, and really your fear should be, is that when people start buying houses again here in Metro Atlanta, you're going to be locked out. Now, a lot of people, you didn't want to buy houses here in Metro Atlanta when mortgages were $1,000 a month. So you sat on the sidelines. You waited, right? Here we are, a couple of years later. Everything's much more expensive, all right? Still sitting on the sidelines. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but ultimately, you're going to see. You're going to see. And one of the things that's really hurting people when it comes to the real estate market is social media. See, there's so many people on social media that are talking about housing market's gonna crash. Everything's gonna fall out. Listen, don't let social media cloud your reality, okay? Because as somebody who is a content creator, right? Obviously, I don't have a ton of subscribers here because you watching, maybe you didn't even subscribe yet. But people are creating content for the algorithm. They're not creating content for your own well-being. So I'm just here to let you know. Right now, you have an outstanding opportunity to be able to get into the real estate market because nobody else is buying. I'm here in a brand new subdivision, south of Atlanta, right? You see that house right there? That one's available. You see that house right there? That one's available. This house that they're building across the street, this is available. There's so much inventory right now that you can literally pick any house, get an outstanding deal on it, but if you don't spot the opportunity, it's gonna be gone, and then you're gonna see what happens next. And that brings me to my next point. If you are in Metro Atlanta and you want to find out about the opportunity, you want to explore why I say it's a perfect time to get into real estate, right? How to do it the right way, how to get $30,000 towards your home purchase. I'm having a masterclass this Sunday, all right? Even if you see the video after Sunday, subscribe because we're going to be having more. But I'm going to teach you the right way to buy real estate here in Metro Atlanta, all right? But before we get into the other stuff I got to talk about, Genius Crew, you already know what time it is. Drop the track. Welcome back, welcome back. It is Mark Jenkins, a trusted realtor, the market genius. You are tuned into the #1 channel where it comes to getting not financial advice, but advice that's going to help you out financially. So if you'd like to hear about stocks, crypto, investments, options, real estate, of course, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel because we're going to keep dropping that heat, baby. I don't care if I get 100 views or 1,000 views. It don't make no difference to me because I don't do this for views. I do this for you. So if you like somebody who's genuine, please continue to tune in. Now, the reason why people are expecting the housing market to fall, which it is not, is because nobody's applying for mortgages, right? And why aren't people applying for mortgages? Well, I would suspect that a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines because they don't see anyone else doing it. Remember, people are followers, and I'm not knocking anybody for being a follower, okay? But what I'm saying is that because people are followers, you're missing out on the opportunity. Your friends say they're not buying, so you're gonna sit there and say that you're not buying, right? Now, these mortgage rates are slowing down home sales to the point to where we're almost at a multi-decade low when it comes to the amount of homes that are selling right now, okay? Now, you can look at that two ways. One, you could say, oh, well, homes aren't selling because I'm not going to buy one either. Okay, that's your prerogative. You do whatever you want. It makes sense. Or you could understand that things go in cycles, right? And so when people do start buying houses again and you already bought yours, then your equity is going to go up, right? Especially if you're in Atlanta. Because see, a couple years ago, investors came into Atlanta, and while nobody wanted to buy, they bought up all this real estate. Tens of thousands of homes investors were able to buy because regular people, maybe even you watching, sat on the sidelines and said, oh, it's not a good time. And these folks made millions, if not billions of dollars, while you're still renting or you're still waiting. Either way, real estate is still the easiest way to build wealth. It may not be the highest return, I believe stocks are, and the data actually reflects that, but the easiest way for the average person to build wealth in America is through real estate. Just makes sense. Now, a lot of people are thinking that because mortgage rates are high and they're not going to come down anytime soon, that we're just going to see like some type of housing bust. Don't count on it, because you can look at it two ways, right? So on one hand, if mortgage rates don't come down, then people aren't going to sell. You won't have more inventory, right? And in order for the price of anything to come down, you're simply just going to need more supply. So if rates don't come down, you're not going to see supply tick up. There are so many people that have mortgages at 3% rates that they're not going to get rid of them. I mean, it's just simple. And then on top of that, you know, you have builders, like the builder here, they're giving out rates. They're doing buy downs. What's going on, brother? How you doing? I'm doing well, man. Beautiful day outside, too. We went from having snow to it being almost 70 degrees. Praise the Lord. I'll catch up with you later, brother. Have a good one. But you have builders like this that are giving out buy downs and incentives and things like that. And when mortgage rates come down, they're not going to be doing it anymore. But my point is that if you're expecting the housing market to bust, like look at all this land, right? People that have more money than me and you, right? People that have more money than me and you decided to invest all this money into getting all this land, right? To build all of these houses way back there, right? Do you honestly think that these people don't know what they're doing and that something's going to happen and they're going to have to sell these houses for $30,000? No, you're crazy, all right? Now let's talk about the new president, President Trump. Everybody's president, not just my president, and it's not like he's not your president. If you are American, he's your president too. So we own the respect and know this ain't a Trump hat. This is a prime property partners hat. It ain't for sale, all right? But people are wondering what's going to happen with the new administration. I talk with people every single day, and they're like, well, hey, you know, we want to know how the new administration, you know, how their policies are going to affect the housing market. And there are so many policies that are already in place now. On the time of recording. We're like 10 days in. But one of the policies that we're going to talk about, well, we're going to talk about two, but one of the policies we're going to talk about is tax cuts. Okay? So if President Trump goes ahead and gets tax cuts or gives tax cuts to the American people, companies, etc., that means less tax revenue for the government. And less money for the government means that our federal debt will increase. And if our federal debt increases, that means that people aren't going to have as much confidence in buying our government bonds. And if that's the case, then that means that mortgage rates are actually going to rise even more. Okay? So if he goes through and actually does that, then you're going to get higher mortgage rates from that. All right? So I know what you're thinking. You're like, higher mortgage rates, it's going to equal, prices declining. Well, here's the other side of it. The immigration policy. All right? So I looked it up. I know people are going to get in the comments and say, well, there are, 50% of people who work construction that are undocumented, right? I don't know. Tell me what you think, but I'm going to tell you what I looked up. I saw 13%, all right? Even 13%, though. So that means like 1 out of every 10 workers could potentially be gone out of the workforce for construction. What does that equal? Inventory shortages. Well, neighborhoods like this probably take a little bit longer to build over time than they would because the lack of availability of employment and people to work. All right. So at the end of the day, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that you have to turn a situation that looks bad into a positive for you. You're never going to get ahead in life only doing something when it seems like it's the right time to do. Because when it seems like it's the right time to do, you already missed the opportunity. Okay? So, if you're in Atlanta, and I'm speaking specifically for the Atlanta market, don't get in my comments talking about there are no houses where you are. I'm talking about Metro Atlanta. 25,000 homes available for sale in Metro Atlanta right now, actively, approximately. Brand new neighborhoods, beautiful houses, great prices, if you ask me, compared to what's available on the resale, available right here in Atlanta. Get out there and get aggressive, okay? Because sitting on the sidelines, sitting on your hands, I promise you, that's not going to be the thing that you want to do moving forward. When mortgage interest rates drop, because eventually they will come down, you're going to see people buying like crazy. There is so much pent up demand, right? There are so many people that want to buy homes but can't, only because of the high interest rate. When that changes up, you're gonna get left behind again. I have clients right now that have been waiting on interest rates to drop. They said, hey, we're not gonna buy in 2021. We don't want to buy at 4. We want to buy at 2.5%, Mark. Okay. Still renting. Could have had hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they didn't. So let's give best and worst case scenario here before we get up out of here. Best case scenario, it depends on what side you're on. I'm talking about for the economy as a whole. Best case scenario, we see people aren't buying because of interest rates, which is probably a good thing because that's what the Fed wanted to do. They wanted to slow down economic activity so we can get price stability. So prices have still been going up, but not going up at the same rate as they were in the past couple of years. So best case scenario, we see more of the same, all right? Worst case scenario is rates drop And then once that happens, this market gets lit on fire. And now we're looking at 20, 30%, 50% increases in real estate. You choose whatever side you need to be on. If you are concerned and want to be educated and be ahead of the curve, like I said, join our masterclass on Sunday. It's free, it's online, 6 p.m. February 2nd. The link is going to be in the description. Do what you want, folks, because I'm going to continue to help people build massive wealth through real estate by researching the market and understanding how things work. Trust it, don't trust it, doesn't make a difference. You have to respond to your family based on what you've done. So that's it. Got some time? Watch the next video that's on your screen right now. Peace.